Thank you for visiting Mr. Shoe Guy here on YouTube. Hey, it's Robert, Mr. Shoe Guy, and today what I wanted to do was provide a little bit of insight into my shoe hauls. I get a lot of questions about, can you take us on a shoe haul, Mr. Shoe Guy? So today I wanted to show you guys what I found at the Goodwill, and this is my first video of this type, so hopefully I can get some of the videography right. But yeah, I wanted to take you guys on a haul video just so you can kind of see what I buy and why I buy it. So hopefully we can go through each one of these pairs one by one. I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 pairs of shoes that I bought today. And you'll never believe how much I actually spent. I spent what most people buy on one pair of shoes brand new. I spent that total amount on all of these shoes. And as you can see from some of these visuals, the condition of these shoes is pretty awesome. So I'm just here playing with my camera trying to show you zoom in and zoom out and focus in and focus out on some of these. But I'll go one by one through each pair so you can kind of see. I'll talk about what brand these are. I'll show you a little bit about the condition and just kind of let you know what I paid for it and what I expect to make from it. So this will be a bit of a longer video, but hopefully it'll bring some good detail to those of you who are looking to see what I buy and why I buy it. Let's start with the first pair. So this pair right here is a pair of Bass, B-A-S-S Weejuns, and I spent $5 on this pair. You'll never believe it because they actually happen to look brand new. If you can see from this visual, you know, there's really nothing wrong with this pair of shoes. And just flip it over so you can kind of see. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's basically brand new, and it's only basically been worn one time. So that's a shoe that I consider to be in very much like new condition. If you look at the undersole, you can see it's Bass, Flex, and then Weejuns, and that's the name of the actual model. So we call that the Weejun model. And historically speaking, this is one of Bass's most popular shoes from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So, you know, many presidents have worn this shoe. I mean, it's like I said, I spent $5 on this, and I expect to sell it for somewhere between $50 to maybe $70. It might take a little while because of how conservative the shoe is, but if you look at the condition, it's honestly it's fantastic. So this was one of my better buys today. So moving on to the next pair. Here we have a pair of Bostonian Oxfords, and you know it's an Oxford style because it's rather plain. So the styling of the shoe is rather plain. There's really sorry, actually I apologize, it's not an Oxford. This is a captoe, and you can tell it's a captoe by this cap right here. So this right there, that line that goes across, that's how you know it's a captoe. If it wasn't a cap there, it would be an Oxford, but it is relatively plainly styled. It's a black shoe, and I spent $5 on it. It's really honestly not all that special, but I'll show you the condition. The condition of the sole is used some. I would say this is in good condition, certainly not bad, and you know, there's a little bit of wear on the strings right there. You can see there's some wear, but that's honestly minor, and you can pick up a pair of strings for like $2. So in terms of where I would sell this particular pair, I would probably sell this pair somewhere in the range of $40 to $50. And again, there's a little bit of detail on the branding. It's Bostonian. It's the Strata model. So again, nothing special, nothing crazy, but that's money in the bank for $5 spent. That's not bad. Okay, so moving on to the next pair. So, before these actually fall off of the ledge, I've spent $10 so far. Okay, so third pair. Right here, this is a pair of Edmonds. I believe this is the Comfort Orthotic model. O-R-T-H-O-T-I-C. Comfort Orthotic. It's really a pair of shoes that usually has a rubber sole for, you know, basically for comfort. You can see that there's a little bit of creasing here in terms of the condition. So these lines, they've been used some. This is actually my size, so if I wanted to wear it, I could. I probably don't. I probably won't because I have plenty of pairs of Edmonds. But in terms of, you know, the overall condition, if you look at the sole on these, you know, this is still very, very, very good. If you kind of zoom in a little bit, you can see that the condition is excellent. So basically somebody wore these a few times, and maybe they had larger feet or something like that, which helped with the creasing, to get these shoes a little bit creased. But overall the condition is pretty good. So I spent actually $5 on these as well, so that's $15 in, and I stand to make somewhere between, now keep in mind this is Allen Edmonds, so although these shoes look like they're pretty worn, Allen Edmonds regularly retail for somewhere between $200 to $300 brand new. Yes, I did say Allen Edmonds, and if you actually check out right here, you can see there's a faint outline of the brand where it says Allen Edmonds Comfort Orthotics. So yeah, this particular pair of shoes doesn't look all that special, but it actually retails for a lot brand new. And given the condition, I would personally sell this shoe for no less than $100. That would be the lowest that I'd go on eBay. Maybe on Craigslist I might take a little bit less, but yeah, this is a pretty good pair of shoes, and for $5 that's a great investment. So far $15 in, and I'm looking at somewhere between 50 to 70, let's say maybe 40 to 50, and then somewhere between, I want to say maybe 100 to 120. Not huge amount, but that's a lot of money for only $15 spent so far. Alright, but we still have several more pairs to go, so hopefully you stick around for the rest of the video. Okay, so next up we've got another pair of Allen Edmonds Comfort Orthotics. Now these I actually spent $15 on, but you can see with the condition it's a little bit better than that pair. So this particular pair, this is a split toe model. You know it's a split toe model by the front, where there is literally a line going across right here. There's a line that goes down like that. That's how you know it is a split toe model. It's really, at the end of the day, it's an Oxford type shoe, but there's the split is what makes it slightly different. In terms of the condition, it's very good. I spent up a little bit because the condition is better, but this color, this orangish kind of brown color, it is very beautiful. It's kind of like a walnut color, and it makes it very desirable. So when you have a great brand like Allen Edmonds and then you have that color, that kind of justifies the $14.99 price that you see right there that I paid. So I spent $15 on this pair of shoes, but I've sold this particular shoe many times, and I've seen somewhere, like I said, 100 to 150 maybe, with really good condition, really good color, and a specific brand that is a specific model that is maybe harder to find. So another good purchase right here. Alright, so moving on, we have one of my favorite shoes to source, but one that I don't come across very often. This brand, if you don't recognize it, is To Boot, New York. Adam Derrick, made in Italy. This is an Italian-made brand, as you can see, and it is one of my favorite brands to source. I don't come across it very often because it's actually pretty expensive, but I believe it is an American designer. Adam Derrick is his name, but he actually produces in Italy, and the quality of their shoes is really high. So usually you're looking at maybe that $200 to $300 range for brand new. As you can see, it's kind of stylish. And if you look at the styling, it's just really on point. In terms of the detail and the quality, it's good. Very good quality, very good detail. It is a plain toe shoe. It's a plain Oxford, really, at the end of the day. But look at the sole. It's kind of cool the way it kind of sits up like that. It just looks a little bit different. Let me show you the undersole. Some slight wear in that area, but apart from that, it's very good. So honestly speaking, me spending $15 on this pair of shoes, I mean, I could have spent $200 on this pair of shoes and you really wouldn't have known. So very good buy. That's how you know it's good, when I could spend 3 times as much money and you would have no idea. Okay, so far I've picked up, I spent $30 on these 2 pairs together, and then I spent $15 on these 2 pairs. So that 3 pairs. So 15 and 15, 30 and 15. That's $45 that I have spent thus far. 15 and the 30. All right. So next we have another pair. This right here is a pair of Sperry boat shoes. There's a little bit of wear in the back. Honestly, they've been probably just worn a few times, maybe around water, but not too much. And for the white color, it is really, really great. I mean, it's still maintained its white color. The shape is not too much off. You just kind of make sure that when you take your pictures, you just let it be known that there's a little bit of, you know, little bit of wear. But look at the soles. Soles are in pretty good shape. Yes, a little bit of wear down there due to the white coloration, but the soles are in pretty good shape for everything that's going on with this. And I only spent $5 on this pair, so not bad. Alright, so next up, I've got this pair of Thornton Bay Outdoors. And this particular, let me see if I can get this so you can see it. So this particular pair, this particular brand, I don't know a lot about. But in terms of this particular pair, I wanted to kind of give you some guidelines for experiments. When you experiment, don't spend more than $5 on an experiment. Why did I buy this particular pair? So if you want to get a little bit of insight into my head, I bought it because the color is not too bad. It's a nice brown color. There's not a lot of wear. You can see that there's not too much creasing. It's just kind of very minimal. It looks kind of rugged. Why do I think it looks rugged? Because look at the sole. Look at the sole. There's that kind of those like that rigidness there, those kind of rugged undersole to it. It just looks like it's something you might want to walk in, and it's very good quality. It kind of reminds me of like that Timberland brand. You'll see a lot of Timberland shoes that look exactly like this, although it's not Timberland, and it is, like I said, Thornton Bay. It is still pretty good quality, and just kind of feeling the shoe and feeling what it looks like, it feels like it's built to last. So for $5, this experiment is really not bad. It may be a slower sale because you know, the better name brands, they sell quicker, but if for only $5, I mean, I still expect this to come in the maybe the, you know, the 50 to I want to say probably $40 to $50 range, which again for a $5 investment is really good money. Okay, so next, the last pair, we actually have this one right here, and again, this kind of reminds me of a Timberland boot. Let me move this over. So this kind of reminds me of a Timberland boot. It happens to not be Timberland. Yes, I did notice when I was buying these that one pair is missing a pair of laces. That doesn't bother me because you can find laces just about anywhere. You go to Foot Locker, Foot Action, you can find them at Walmart. Doesn't really make a difference. So although these are missing laces, I can find those laces pretty much anywhere. Alright, so in terms of the quality is pretty good. It's not Timberland, but it is a pretty well-made shoe, as you can see. Boot. And one feature that really stuck out to me in terms of why I bought it is this. It's kind of tough to see. Let me see if I can turn it around. But when it says that, I buy. That says waterproof. So that's an indicator of quality. Sometimes it says Gore-Tex and sometimes it says waterproof, but either way, what it means is it's not just water resistant, this boot. It's when you're sitting, you know, when you're walking outside, your foot is not going to get wet if it's laced up properly, which is really useful and helpful to people who like to hike, who like to walk, or they're outside working. So what you're looking for is features like that, waterproof. Also, sometimes you'll see on these shoes, but you won't see on this one, on the bottom part of the shoe, it would say, right about there, it usually says Vibram. That's an indicator of the #1, that's like one of the best things you can find on this kind of shoe. But on this particular pair of shoes, you don't see it. The brand is Rugged Outback. That's the brand. Typically, I wouldn't go crazy, but for only $5, this was a great buy. And with boots, I expect a lot more than, you know, maybe 50. Usually with boots, I don't sell these for less than 100, 120, something like that. With this brand, I might go for like 90, maybe to 100. But again, for $5, like you just can't go wrong. So with that said, I wanted to kind of wrap this video up. Just wanted to take you on a mini haul. I guess it turned into a large haul, but I think I spent somewhere between, I don't want to do the math, I hate math, but I spent somewhere between, you know, 60 to 70 bucks, and after all that, that's how much you spend on one pair of shoes usually. I think I'll make more than 70 bucks on all these shoes. With that said, I wanted to wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching Mr. Shoe Guy here on YouTube. Y'all take care and have a great day.